Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. And this was our second video. This is a Patreon exclusive. And, a certain substance might be found in many more places than you think.
Yeah, a lot more places than you think. And then it's spreading even from there. So doing your homework, being very careful what you buy from the store and put in your body. It's now become a huge responsibility at this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't trust anything blindly, including the science. Here you go. This says the sun just swallowed a comet. I've heard that before many times. Yet when you look at it, if you look at the trajectory there, did it really swallow a comet? It kind of looks to me. Just think of like in Star Wars, Star Trek and stuff. When a ship goes to hyperspace, it just simply disappears. So the comet, appears, according to scientists, to disintegrate. But do we really see it disintegrate? I don't really see any sort of explosion. It just seems like it just literally disappears. And of course, when you look to the science, you'll get the science saying, after all, they're all just icy, dirty snowballs. That's it. No. we should have learned by now not to trust any science, and it is all coming from, again, the one control system. A lot of what they say is comets is literally a cover for different spacecraft.
It is, and as you watch that comet, it's going into a portal. It's not that the sun is burning it up, and I think that's one of the bigger universal lies that they say to kind of, oppose the universal truth that the sun is one huge entranceway from many different dimensions into this dimension. So I think it's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. And again, consciousness itself exists on so many different densities or dimensions that it would boggle the mind. That's all that there is ultimately consciousness. Everything else is an illusion of sorts for the state of consciousness to have a certain type of experience. This was Comet C 2024 S1 Atlas. Again, Atlas, there's you're going to see more than one Atlas. This is not the same one that was talked of earlier. And that Atlas did put on a pretty good show as it approached the sun. And this one, they just went elsewhere. At least that's what we get. That is what we get. This is Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Yes, Saudi Arabia is pretty much desert when you get down to it. This is not normal, but I've seen this, I don't know how many times in Mecca. I've seen this now. The desert is flooding. Yes, we are going into new cycles. Oh, for sure. This is a new age. This is Almeria in Spain. Now, Spain is getting clobbered right now. Just absolutely clobbered. This is hail. You see cars swept away. This is Alora in Spain. And I'm sure it's doing a lot of damage, again, to crops. Obviously, we pray for everybody over there that's lives are in danger. When you see flooding like this, there's going to be a loss of life. It's just everywhere. It's everywhere. And boy, are they getting hammered. They are getting seriously hammered. This, it reminds me of probably what was happening over in North Carolina, Tennessee as well. Now that hits at night, and that's scary too, because at night it's confusing. Here you can see, this is this morning in Spain. This is Albacete. And over here you can see a river that is seriously overflowing, and it's just a mess. Cars floating everywhere. Cadaval, Valencia, Spain. Valencia, known for its oranges.
We have people in Spain.
We do. Yes, we do. We're going to have to check with Yeah, we're going to have to check and see how they are doing. Hail damage, this is Almeria again, breaking out windows, putting dents in cars. Look at that. Just the intensity of the storms through the roof. And all eyes are on eastern Spain, by the way, over the next few hours. Now, this was posted it's about 7 hours ago as I make this right now. And they're showing a lot more rain incoming on top of all the stuff you've already seen. This is seriously life-threatening. And there's still more rain after that as well. Very, very, very scary. Rescues underway. This what we saw again in North Carolina and in Tennessee, and of course this affected so many areas. This is being replayed all around the world. We have massive floods going on pretty much in every continent. It's really, truly, it's at a different scale at this point in time.
It is, and it's just so deliberate on so many levels, and we're not getting to the top of who the controllers are, or the gods of the Bible that are, showing their distaste for man. These are the controllers. These are their technologies. This is a technology that we have not necessarily been made aware of, and those beings, wherever they are, they're the ones that we should have our focus on. They're the ones who should be being held accountable, not poor Mother Nature. She wouldn't do this. She is not as dumb as people think.
No, they always gaslight. They blame everything on us with the flood legends that come from around the world. All the flood legends you see, they'll basically say, well, humans, we're so bad, so evil. They brought it on themselves. There was a great flood. And, the flood stories echo from everywhere you look. And they also say it was created by the gods. That's the thing. Humans blame themselves for the floods because the gods are blaming humans for the floods. But the gods are the ones that did this. And again, they're not gods. They're extraterrestrials. The Bible is really just a retelling of the Sumerian stories. So what you're talking about is the draconian reptilian entities, the, again, Anunnaki of that variety that are still doing this. And yes, their middle management, the ones we call the GG, who keep track of genetics. This is part of, what they do is they keep track of genetics to know where some of their tribe are and to promote from within, so to speak. But it has nothing to do with anti-S, or that word that comes from one of the sons of Noah. And again, the whole Noah story, Noah is a retelling of Utnapishtim, which is again a global retelling. And that's the thing, this really is a global retelling. Everywhere you look, the story is really the same. Yeah, and in some stories, it's very, very clear that this is really, truly nothing other than just controlling humans from above. Landslide, Bellingham, Washington closes off Interstate 5 because of rains. Meanwhile, in a lot of the South Central, there's a lot of drought going on, and in fact, the Mississippi River is not overflowing its banks. It's kind of going in the opposite direction. But there is a super typhoon that looks to be aiming at Taiwan, so there will definitely be some challenges ahead over here, somewhere between Taiwan and the Philippines. It is supposed to reach super typhoon status. It seems like all the storms escalate. Yes, absolutely. We're very, very aware of the Tonga eruption, because the Tonga eruption, from what we see in remote viewing the situation, is that it was technology that triggered it. And that is definitely having an effect on everything you see. But it was triggered by technology.
All the way.
And here we have increased eruptive activity at Santiaguito volcano. This is over in Guatemala. So as you see here, we see an uptick in volcanic activity. Mount Merapi blankets part of West Sumatra in ash. Again, these are on different points of the globe. And natural disasters in China affected over 84 million people in 2024 so far. Now, they say resulting in 836 deaths or missing persons. And obviously affecting the food supply. I think that it goes again beyond the numbers that are reported. And this little kitty became self-aware. He's like, wow, I am handsome.
That's the sweetest thing.
Self-awareness. That old statement of I am, that is self-awareness. And that's, basic Hinduism 101, which when you find at the core of it, you'll find in the root of the Western mystery tradition the very same thing. Source is within us. This is what the Gnostics believed, and they were persecuted. There's been so many different groups throughout history that have been just completely annihilated by the exact same control system that is doing what we're witnessing in the world now. But the good news is that they're being exposed. And yes, there are still a lot of people that are sleepwalking zombies. This is why they call it a zombie apocalypse after all. And they are actively trying to make it a zombie apocalypse. This guy's just enjoying the show. He's not going to get too pulled into it, but he is having a good time. And that's what we have to do. We have to know what's going on. If again, the storm is blowing your way, you want to know, so you prepare. But you put up your own protective dome around you, your property, and your loved ones, your community. And you know that you can draw on the light because, again, source is within you. If you're listening to this, you are probably a starseed light worker. So you came here not because you had to, but because it's a conscious choice. You came here to help work on shifting the paradigm on the planet.
Indeed.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.